emotional healing crisis. Sometimes, especially with informational therapies, with conflict resolution therapies, we reach the situation where things from the past, which created our present situation, or our present patterns of thoughts, present patterns of emotions, present patterns of reaction, present patterns of behavior, present patterns of relating to other people, come to the surface. They come to the surface in a way that, as if we are coming to the mirror, we're looking at ourselves in the mirror, saying, oh my God, I look terrible today. And of course we don't like it. And then what we do? We just go away. We just don't look in the mirror anymore. So if that happens, then this in itself creates a healing crisis. Now, very often people say, oh my God, I'm having a reaction to a treatment. I remembered something from the past, and this is something like, my God, I didn't like myself there. I didn't like the way I behaved, for example. This is not a healing crisis. This is a helpful hand from the side of your body-mind, from the side of your subconscious, which lifted the situation to your awareness for your conscious analysis and consideration and resolution. Healing crisis happens when you deny it, when you fight against it, when you don't look at it, when you prefer either to think, okay, I don't like it, this is not me, it was something else, and you just close this. Or you said, this is me, and I'm so guilty, and I'm ashamed, and I'm going to stay guilty, I'm going to change it because there is no redemption, what I've done is terrible, and so on. And then, of course, this is a situation of total crisis, because then there is no healing. Then instead of one conflict, you end up with another conflict between you and you. This is quite a lose-lose situation. In this situation, you really need to have other tools. In Colourpuncture, we have different tools. So, for example, you're dealing with somebody who is not into personal development at all. They're talking more about clinical setting. Ellipses in Colourpuncture serve this role, the round situation for a patient or a particular day, in a way that they accept better the situation, they soften their perception around situation, even maybe without a full resolution. Ellipses in Colourpuncture in general answers the question, what is, and they help us to accept what is. And as soon as we accept what is, we can relate to what is happening, or we can relate to our behavior in the past, and we can see it as from the side, and we can actually see that we acted to the best of our knowledge, abilities, and resources at the time. We all do at all times, at any given time in our life. It just, as we grow and develop, our awareness, our resources, our self-knowledge increases. And of course, we look at ourselves at 50, on our behavior at 20, and we're thinking, oh my God, I could have behaved so much differently. No, we didn't have that knowledge and wisdom and resources back in our 20s. I would use different tools. I personally would go straight for personal development tools, for all the tools we have in Cafe Self, because we have amazing tools designed specifically for that. And very often you only need to do something really simple, like answering several questions with some journaling prompts. And very often, very quickly, you will come to deep peace with yourself. And not just that, you will discover some really valuable part of your personality. If somebody is not into personal development, you stick to ellipses, and you choose the ellipse which corresponds to the situation. So, for example, if you did the session and person is really, really uncomfortable and you feel situation is not complete, you can do ellipse of unconscious, which is around C7 in turquoise color. If, for example, they are really, really uncomfortable and they cry and there is some sort of emotions around caring, around the mother, around nurturing, around love, around childhood, around some kind of first memories, you can give the mother ellipse, and so on. We have several ellipses in Colourpuncture, all can work beautifully. Now, if you are using several ellipses, the rule is you shouldn't use more than 3 ellipses. That does not concern bilateral ellipses. So, for example, if you have bilateral ellipse, say immune ellipse around gallbladder 25, this counts as 1 ellipse, even so there is a left and right. And in effect, you stroke in 2 ellipses, but it counts as 1 ellipse. Summarizing, for emotional situations, for emotional healing crisis, I would always use cafe tools. Why? Because I believe we all need to grow in consciousness. It's clearly one of our goals in this incarnation. And we really need to know who we are. We really need to understand ourselves and make peace with all parts of ourselves, with all sub-personalities and archetypes which live within our energy field. With all our life, we need to own our life choices, no matter how silly they were at 20. We need to come to peace to this part, because otherwise this part will always sabotage your conscious and prime and proper part in your 50s.